Hey guys, kinggath here, and welcome to episode 1 of my Fallout 4 Sim Settlements Children of Adam Let's Play. So this is, we're continuing on from the episode 0, right where I left off. I was going to skip ahead a bit, but I realized I wanted to do something in particular I wanted to talk about. Before I do that, let's talk about the new mods I installed for this episode that you guys suggested in the comments of episode 0. So first I installed Better Landscape Grass, suggested by Wall Street, and that's supposed to fix some of the issues that Borealis and True Grasses and all the mods that I have overhauling the environment can cause with the grass. And then I installed Cross Chosen of Adam. A bunch of you suggested it, but the first person I saw who suggested it was Craig Schitzer, and I installed that. And then lastly, I installed Remember a Lockpick Angle, suggested by Bookfound, which seems like a great quality of life mod. So that is what I've installed. And today I realized I want to go down a path I've never gone before. So when I was in the creation kit researching another little utility mod I'm working on, I noticed that there was a trigger box right over here. And when I clicked on it, it said Sprint Tip. And then it made me realize that Bethesda actually built in something that they're known for doing, and we just don't give them credit for, because our natural inclination is always to run to Sanctuary. But they actually anticipated that some of us would want to intentionally avoid the main quest, and there's actually the necessary tutorial boxes down a path over here to teach you the early part of the game, which is fantastic, which means there's going to be little encounters and a planned way, because this is something Bethesda doesn't get enough credit for, is they're actually really good at guiding you down certain paths within the game world. Like, they just make it naturally inviting. They'll pull you in with encounters, with landmarks, and so I want to go explore this. I want to take this route. I've never done this before. I always just run down to Sanctuary, and we might double back and go talk to Codsworth and stuff, but for the role-playing experience of this, we'll just say that our character is so distraught they don't want to go back to the house because they saw their wife die, and so their thought is they're just going to take a walk in the woods and clear their head maybe and figure out what the hell's going on. Oh, and we got some mole rats over here. But yeah, see what I'm saying? There's encounters to kind of pull you along that Bethesda would put down here. So my plan is, to some extent, make a bit of a beeline for Far Harbor. Just head straight across the north and go over to where we know that we can trigger that quest, because there is actually no level requirement on that. I was mistaken. I thought there was, but somebody informed me that that's not the case. You actually can get it. You can do it anytime. Whoa! Hey, buddy. That you can actually do that quest anytime. And actually, I think I might have TGM on because I was testing something a little earlier. So let's turn out. Yes, I do. I actually went over and verified for myself that I could indeed trigger the quest, because I didn't want to start doing this, make all the way over there, and then realize that that took me several hours that I wouldn't be able to get back. So, but what I'm doing, since obviously I'm not heading direct for Far Harbor, because I'm making this little detour down here. Oh, hey, get this mouse out of here. Is that I am going to just follow a general path, because I do need to get some survival equipment here. I do need to get a few levels up to make sure I can survive in Far Harbor, because my weapons are going to be miserable there. So I can't just go direct to Far Harbor, but that's generally the path we're going to take. So I think what I end up doing is I'm going to end up talking to just some various people. Oh, we got some raiders over here. Okay, yeah, see, another little encounter. Looks like there's a raider camp over here. But I'm thinking we will kind of just let our path here guide us. Eventually we'll make our way, we'll slowly weave our way north and east, and with the intention of going right to Far Harbor. But we need to level along the way, and I don't want to play a raider character again, so I don't want to just be a dick to everybody. I will help people out, but I think I'm going to be kind of a hermit character. We're going to lean toward minding our own business. We'll help people, but it's not going to be whoa. Oh. Alright, I guess we should survive combat before we figure out what we're doing next. Whoa. I would like that gun, please. Where are you guys? Ooh, yeah. Oh, crud. Oh, I had this problem earlier. Some sort of invisible raider, and I think this is going to be a mod that's causing this. Oh my god, that was miserable. Alright, let's figure out. We need to find that person so we can figure out what the heck mod did that. So let's see here. Can we find this raider? These are all static. Come on. right, we gotta find this person. Because whatever mod this is, it is going. Get it out of here. These are all statics. All right, I'm gonna investigate this, and we'll get this sorted out. All right, well, oddly enough, as soon as I booted back into the game, that Invisible Raider reappeared. So what I did when I exited the game is I actually made myself a quick mod I called kinggath utilities, made a little script that could detect the nearest actor and output their ID, and then we could use that to do console commands to select them and figure things out about them. And it made me realize that there's probably a need for a lot of little stupid stuff like that, so I'm going to just keep adding to that as I need it to troubleshoot my own game, and then eventually I'll just release that as a utility mod for everybody to use, because I think there's probably a lot of useful stuff that I end up doing off camera to debug my own game that some of you guys would probably love to have. So I will start doing that in the future, but for now there's nothing particularly useful in there. It was just a quick little trace thing, and it's only accessible by console commands, and I think I would rather get it to a point where you can access it from a holotape or something for people who don't really want to get in there and type all these commands. But so one of the things that we were talking about before I got rudely interrupted by combat was the fact that Bethesda kind of leads you along, and I can see, I think for here they lead you to those two encounters, and then I think they assume you'll probably follow these power lines, which is where my instinct takes me. So I think that's what we're going to do, but I'm actually going to follow them back this way a little bit. I know the edge of the world is over here, but I never explore up here, just never bother. So I'm just see what kind of stuff they leave over here. And clearly there's stuff, because there's a bunch of radiation barrels. Looks like we got some rad roach. Oh, big nasty rad roach. Hey, get out of here. All right, what else do we got over here? Little tent, maybe some goods. Hey, a couple stim packs. Don't mind if we do. I don't think we need silt beans, but whatever. I'm just gonna be a loot whore here and grab everything. Let's see what's back this way. So yeah, I just want to explore everything now. But back to how we're gonna do this character. So I'm just gonna kind of wander in the general direction, hugging north when I can. I will do quests I come along, but I'm gonna try and avoid the main quest as much as I can. I do love the idea of at least acknowledging Sean in some way, because right now it feels a little awkward that we're probably, by dodging a lot of the main stuff, we're not going to have any acknowledgement of what we just had happen before the vault. Although I could just play it as, since you guys didn't watch the vault pre-sequence, we could all just join together and pretend it didn't happen. But there's just too much dialogue in the game that random people will say, so kind of feel like we're forced to acknowledge a little bit. But I guess my Raider character, we really haven't, outside of whatever Jammer and company say in their quest lines about it. But oh, you know what? We're going to do something fun here. We have Locky Bastard installed, and I know it works now. I tested it before, so we should be able to just shoot this door. Yes, that feels good. So anyway, so I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do as far as the direction we go, but I want to wander, I want to explore, and yeah, find stuff like this that I haven't before. But I'm going to hit with the plan of we're going to try and just do just a handful of quests just to get some levels on our way over to Trigger Far Harbor, because I really don't want to be fighting the mobs over there at level 1. That does not appeal to me at all. So we're going to head, I think we're going to just follow, it looks like there's nothing left over here. I think we're going to follow back the other direction, the power lines, and I think that will take us to Abernathy Farm. So maybe that'll be the first little people we introduce ourselves and help out. Man, I gotta say, I love, first of all, I feel like I'm playing Cascadia already with this all of this collection of trees and everything. And this fog, I'm still torn on it. So I have moments where I love it because it makes it real spooky as to where I'm going, as far as like I have no idea where the enemies are or anything. The downside is I also am not seeing anything that draws me in that's far away. Everything has to be in immediate my viewpoint. But fortunately, I'm seeing that map markers are starting to come up. So now I can kind of go, you start using those. And I think this is the ranger cabin over here. Again, I just never go this way. So I would have always explored coming from another direction. But yep, the ranger cabin. Cool. Let's hop in here. But yeah, the environment mods. Whoa. Are fantastic. Just a fantastic change of pace. And then if I do that in combination with avoiding the main story, this is really going to feel like a totally different experience, which is awesome. Oh, and there is Abernathy Farm, because we did pre-builds pretty much everywhere. I think I skipped on Red Rocket and Sanctuary so we wouldn't have the Triangle of Death, but let's go check it out. I guess we'll sheathe our weapons so we don't look threatening. Hey, big townspeople. Although, I did also set the war options to make everyone hostile. Though it's been reported to me multiple times that that does not work. The making liberators hostile. So, as long as this place isn't taken over by, or as long as it's not taken over by, what do you call it? A conquering faction, we should be able to walk in without issue. Oh, cool. Some stim packs. We don't need a pillow. That's okay. But let's see if we can take a peek here. Oh, that machine gun turret's not hostile, so that's reassuring. Oh, I need to get my shotgun back up here. Let's see. Oh, they're about the same. Let's see. What is the big differences here? Accuracy is a little better on this pipe shotgun. Range is much better. Okay, we got to use the handmade. I love the sound effects of this handmade. Oh, the other one has 4 bullets, so that might end up winning out. I do not have great aim if you guys haven't seen Season 1. Oh, man, I love... Uh-oh. Whoop, we got raiders. All right, this is hostile territory. And I am not ready to take on a level 3 with machine gun turret thing. But yeah, clearly... Oh, guys, I cannot stress enough how much I love finding bugs in my own mods. I know that's probably weird to hear, but it just means that I have it on my list. I know I have a save file. In fact, we're gonna pop a save right here so I can go back to it later. But it means that I have something I can research and something I can fix, because I do not like bugs in my mods, but I do love the satisfaction of getting those fixed. So let's dodge Abernathy Farm since the raiders have it. So that's actually going to make for an interesting thing as far as like running into humans. It might be that the only way I'm going to be able to see people outside of going to Far Harbor right away is to make my way to Diamond City, which maybe that's what we'll do, because I don't want to be a complete hermit. I would like to have companions that we can eventually turn into, convert over to the children with us. But oh, of course, a bunch of interesting stuff happened between recordings. So I started investigating some mod issues because I thought that would be another interesting thing to talk about. While we're in this brand new load order, let's talk about some of the issues that I run into, because I saw a lot of you guys are trying to use this load order as well, and so you're going to run into the same thing, so maybe we can work out these together. So first thing is I noticed that there was a map marker revealed. So I saw that I got a bunch of map markers while I was exploring Wicked Shipping, which was really cool. This gives me some targets. So I think the next spot we'll head is to go toward those shipments, and that kind of leads us in the general direction where we want to go anyway. And gives us an RP reason to do it, because we just found out about some shipments we're going to go try and track down. But I noticed way over here, this thing's revealed, the armory. And I don't know if this happens in a game without my particular set of mods, but this mod, I went over there and checked it out off camera. It's South of the Sea is where that comes from, which is one of the mods we're looking to do, but not yet. And it's not cool that that's revealed already, so that's a bug. I'm going to actually report that to those mod authors if it's... but I'm going to have to do a load order with just their mod to make sure it's not a conflict with something I've got. So if you run into that with this revealed, that's what that's from. I'm going to ignore it until we find it naturally. I don't want any revealed things. And then the other thing I noticed, and this might actually be from the mod that I just installed today. Let me bring up the name of that so I don't yell about the wrong one. Remember lockpick angle. I think it has a bug that allows you to bypass the perk requirements, because I was able to lockpick an expert lock anyway, even though I didn't have that. So I'm going to avoid even activating those in the future if I have them until I figure out what mod that is, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's doing. That's what's causing it, and if that's the case, I'll probably be removing that mod, because it should be a small enough mod I can get away with pulling it out mid playthrough. Now, I don't recommend any of you do this. I'm enough of a save file surgeon with the resaver from Mark DF that I'm happy to risk it for some small mod like that, but I don't recommend in general you disable mods. I ran into something from Wild Wasteland too. Maybe one of you can help me understand what this is, but Lee Everett, I don't get the reference, but he gave me a really sweet legendary, the penetrating 10mm. Now, it's not real sweet in the grand scheme of things, but for this early in the game, this thing is going to be sick. It's got plus damage and dodges damage and energy resistance. This thing's going to be pretty awesome as our replacement for a 10mm. I also happen to get oh, and I forgot to favorite it. I got or maybe that was, yeah, there it is, Lucky Board. I got a new melee weapon, so I've already gotten 2 legendaries this early in the game, and I don't know. I'm sure that's just due to my mods and everything, but still, let's ditch things. I'm not playing Pack Mule yet about stuff, because I'm not super worried about caps, because I don't think we're going to go to any towns anytime soon. I think with the way we're playing this character and the fact that all of the settlements are overrun by different factions, it's going to be tough for us to find anybody to sell stuff to. Oh God, our poor Securitron we brought back to life. Oh, we'll take that from you. You died valiantly, buddy. You took out that one roamer. Go you. Alright, where are we headed next? Head toward Corvega. That feels good. Place marker. Yes. God, this feels like a totally different game. I feel like I'm playing Fallout 5 right now. This is freaking fantastic. So, kudos to everybody who was pushing for me to install these types of mods. Ooh, frame rate's chugging. You guys were not kidding about that. Was going to be one of the sacrifices I made by running all these crazy mods. But I actually have an idea for something I'm working on that will be useful for Conqueror players. I thought of the idea after reading a comment from Hitman was that the idea that this game wasn't going to last long. And I realize a lot of you guys probably have that fear when you use the pre-start system from Conqueror. So I thought of an idea. I could use the method we used from Workshop Plus in order to make your character fly, and I could use that, set your character to like invulnerable flying, and just move them from cell to cell automatically. And I'll just have that, and it could be like a utility we let run, and maybe I'll have it blur out blur the screen a little bit so that everything still renders, but it doesn't it doesn't reveal everything, so we can still have the surprise of finding out what got built in all the settlements. And then just the idea is we'd run this utility, it would float our character around the world, and you just let that run for however long it would take. I bet it would take like a couple hours to run that, because this is a big game world, so just go from cell to cell would take a while. But I'm thinking that if you just let that run, and as long as it didn't crash and you came back and you hadn't crashed, you'd know that your choices and everything, your load order was safe to continue with for your save. I think that would be a cool way to find out, that at least all of your city plans would work on your PC. I think that could be pretty cool. So I think I'm going to build that. I actually meant to start working on it the other night, but I got caught up in some cool stuff for the next Conqueror patch, which not going to talk about yet. You guys will find out about that when we drop that patch notes, because it might get delayed because it's a pretty complicated feature. But anyway, all right, enough talking about stuff I'm going to do. Let's focus up on exploration. This is so sweet. I absolutely love these environment overhaul mods. I was really against them the very first time I saw them. I was just like, nah, that's not Fallout 4. That doesn't feel right at all, because Fallout generally isn't this. But after, I think what changed my mind on it was the little bit of time I spent in Fallout 76. I really enjoyed it, in that it was just a nice change of pace and still had some Fallout feel. But this has like fantastic Fallout feel, because it's the Fallout that I've been obsessed with for the past few years. And then I get that greenery, so I'm definitely. And then we also could do this again with a winter overhaul and get a whole nother playthrough that feels completely different. So that's so freaking exciting after the amount of hours I have clocked into this game to know that there's this many unique experiences ahead of me. It feels really cool. I'm gonna let myself get drawn in by these map markers. Oh yes, Rainbow's Mod Watch is back for Season 2. In fact, we'll be keeping most of the segments around. I don't think any of them got cut. And we'll keep them that way for now until we come up with something else or some other new interesting thing pops up that I want to start doing as a segment. And Rainbow's got some cool mods for us. A couple of them, I think all three of them probably, by the time you guys see this, are going to make hot files or have already made hot files, because they're all that good. One of them I know made hot files and I keep talking about it, and that's Creation Club Delayed by Captain Coots. Absolutely love this mod. It makes a lot of that Creation Club content just feel so much more natural, as the quests will trigger as you get close to the thing, to the first objective, as opposed to just spamming you when you start up a new game. So it's hugely powerful for starting up a new game without having to deal with all that spam, but it also just feels good. I've now got to play with it in an actual playthrough, and seeing those pop up periodically just feels right. Feels good. Feels like part of the vanilla game instead of a clunky microtransaction. So really appreciate that. Next up is Chameleon and Stealth Fixes by Whisper, and this one I'm very excited about because I actually am planning on doing some stealth in this character. It's actually how I usually play Fallout 4, but my last character, I decided to go guns blazing with my Raider character. With COA, I'm going to go back to doing a little bit more stealth action, and the fixes that Chameleon and Stealth Fixes offer are the exact things that I was always annoyed by. Various of the Chameleon and Stealth effects in the game fixes things like your Pip-Boy disappearing and not being able to see the map correctly. Things like the scopes, you're not being able to see your sights correctly. It's just a perfect mod. We absolutely need this. I don't have it installed yet, but probably by next week I will, because I am going to, again, use some stealth, and I want those annoyances to be gone. And then last but certainly not least, I think this actually just made it to Hot Files today. That is, and I think one of you guys recommended it in my last video and I just missed it, and that is clothing color variety, which takes a lot of those vanilla outfits and creates alternate colors for them. And I really love this because there are a ton of cool outfit mods out there that add new stuff for settlers, but to me they always seem so clean, or they seem just a little bit too pop culture-y or modern for my taste, whereas I love the vanilla outfits that they give the settlers, and this just takes those and makes color alterations for it. So I could definitely see myself in future playthroughs replacing most of my other clothing add-ons with just this, just because I like the feel of it. I love the feel that the vanilla Fallout 4 has, especially in their weapon armor and clothing, and this is just taking that and adding more variety. So you can't go wrong there.
I swear to God, guys, I don't mean for this to keep happening, but it seems like every time I stop recording, something really cool happens. So I just found the magazine that reveals Diamond City, and so like that feels so perfect. So now we know about a major city where there's probably people. That is absolutely where we're gonna head. Now it happens to be on the way, so we can still head over to Corvega, and you know, we'll find out that there's raiders there. We all know that, but my character technically doesn't yet. I also found a pretty sweet piece of armor that I think was added by a mod because it had way too many customization options to be from Bethesda, and it was this jumpsuit, which is really, it was actually really overpowered as far as armor was concerned, but it had a camo paint job available. I don't tend to do a lot of crafting until later in the game, just because I love the loot and shoot aspect of Fallout 4. I like being able to constantly upgrade my gear that I find, but since we're trying to play the kind of survivalist character, I thought, and he would have had a military background. Nate's got a military background, because we're gonna accept the backstory that Bethesda bestowed upon us, but we're just gonna vary from there. So, you know, getting some camo up, that makes sense to me. That feels good. Way better than running around in a blue jumpsuit, where you're standing out like crazy. So too perfect. We get our Diamond City without having to talk to any of the NPCs like Codsworth, and we get some appropriate gear to start us off with. I'm actually gonna play just so you guys can get a feel for this. I'm gonna play with my FPS counter on for a little bit, so you can see kind of what I'm experiencing. I'm sure you've already felt it in a couple of points, but it's you know, it's somewhere between like 30 and 45 with some little occasional drops. So whoa, not great, but within acceptable range for me. Mostly because I played this game on Xbox the first time, so I'm okay with. I can deal with a little bit of a plummet in FPS. I'm not a hardcore that needs 60 FPS all the time. But and to get this different of an experience feels pretty feels like a worthy sacrifice to me.
We had a deal, Trudy.
Oh my God! I didn't even realize I was over here with all this greenery. This is so sweet. I could definitely see it growing old, though. I might get bored of the differences eventually here.
Ain't our fault if he's strung out. Now don't make me come in there and shoot up that little trading post of yours.
Guess what? This is not a raider character, and based on the way I just heard you talk, we're gonna be playing Vigilante here. Let's see if I can lure him over to a bottle cap mine. God, it's been a while since I played stealth too. This is kind of fun. Oh, I don't even need a bottle cap mine. I think I can just plug them both. We're gonna use a little VATS action. Let's see how this goes. Head. Do we risk it? I think we do. Got one. All right, Trudy, you're up.
Get out.
Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, some squirrel bits. That'll heal us up nicely. Where did they go? Is it, oh, crispy squirrel bits. There we go. Where are you, Wolfgang? Or did you disappear on me? This is one of the downsides of these greenery mods, and I've thought about installing a loot detector mod just to make sure I don't have to spend a lot of time trying to find corpses, but I'm not quite ready to commit to it yet because I tend to use that scavenger perk anyway, so that I always have highlighted stuff, but we'll see.
I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
A human. Oh, and a level up. Nice. My first perk, you guys didn't see it, but I grabbed the one I talked about, which is the one that makes the idiot savant. That I'm probably gonna need something to disable that sound effect the first time I hear it. You gonna be okay?
Got things covered from here?
Yeah. It's gonna take my son a while to get off the chems, but we'll make it. We always do. Now, let's get back to business. You need anything for the road?
Let's see what you got.
It's all worth every cap I'm charging.
Well, I'll be the judge of that, but I definitely got some crap you can have. I've actually been dumping a lot of stuff on the ground just because I didn't think this was going to happen. Didn't even think about the diner. I'm so used to my other playthrough where she was dead and Wolfgang didn't really have much going on. Do I need this one? I guess I'll hold on to it because I might get tired of the 2 rounds in my shotgun. Okay, we're definitely getting rid of this Vault Tech stuff. We're not wearing that. What do we got here? We can wear the left arm. We've already got... Yeah, I'll switch to leather. I like the idea of wearing leather for now. I'm probably going to play a little bit stealthy and lean on my... can't think of anything right now. The targeting. That's Vault-Tec assisted targeting system. Let's see here. What else do I got for you? Oh, that's enough. Do you have anything I care about? Probably not. Yeah, I don't need that. Wait, did somebody alter that model? I think so. Oh, I bet this is one of the things from the Uniques overhaul. So it looks like it's got a skull of an Assaultron on the end of it. Okay, well, I don't feel like looking through all this, so I'll just take your caps. Thanks. Hey, what about you, bud?
Never take a hit at Jet again, I swear.
Are you sure about that? I'll just leave that there. Let's see what you do. Good luck! Alright, I don't remember who made this one, Roadside Pines Motel, but it looks like it's set up in such a way that I end up just having control of it immediately, which that's not cool. We gotta figure out what's causing that. I don't even know whose that is, but I'm sure if the person's watching, they're probably gonna wonder why that's there, because I'm certainly wondering it. But I've got it on my list to report to the mod author, so if you're using this full mod list, you might see this as well. I'm going to, when I find wherever the heck this mod or settlement is, I'm gonna pretend I don't own it and play accordingly. We'll still bend it to the will of Adam when we get to that point. But let's see here. Okay, so we're still heading toward Corvega, so let's continue toward that map marker. Ooh, what do we got here? Okay, see, this feels like Far Harbor as well. I think this is something Mystic Pines does, though. I think that's like kind of their goal, is to make it feel like you're in Far Harbor everywhere. Yeah, lureweed, those are absolutely from... Oh, those had some nice little effects here. Love it. Oh, here we go. This is... I think this is... So I've been having... Coots' mod is so cool. Wow, drop it down to 11 FPS. That's not... 4 FPS. Oh, man. Things are falling apart. Let's see here. Radio. So I've been getting a lot of Creation Club delayed stuff popping up. Some of it I've been just avoiding, like the dogs, because I don't have anywhere to send them anyway. And it actually gave me an idea for a mod, and I don't know why no one's done this yet, but if you don't have a settlement, or even if you do, you should be able to just adopt the dogs as followers. They should just follow you. Like, why not have them like little dog meats? They don't need to be as complex as dog meat. They can still do combat and stuff with just the core follower system. So that's on my radar for something to do. I think it was this. Oh, we're close. %. Ooh, those FPS tanks. I think that's tanking whenever I cross cell boundaries. So that means pre-combines are wrecked. 89%. $87. We're going the wrong way. Less progress. %. 94%. Was it up on that roof, maybe? Let's check. Oops. Overshot it. 93. Okay, no. Well, now I'm committed. I gotta see what's up here. Just a lantern. Don't need your weapons workbench. I'm happy with my weapons right now. 93. Let's check this way. I've never done almost any of the CC quest stuff. Back here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is no good. Well, I think we found the source of our signal. We're definitely going to need our... Where's that bottle cap mine? Over here, guy. Come on. Gotcha. Uh-oh. There's two of them. Oh, I didn't reload. Oh, that felt stupid. Oh, God. What else do we got here? I guess we'll throw some fire at you. This is not... I feel like I should get a Pokemon warning. That was not very effective. Oh, that's not doing much damage. Oh, God. Car's gonna explode. No! Well, we weren't gonna do that kind of playthrough. Oh, check out this. Solid 60 FPS on that load screen. Alright, let's see how far we got set back. Oh, so this is before I even found... okay. Well, now we know where we gotta go. I guess I don't really need those lure weeds. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's our guys. Let's try this again. And let's do a little save rogue AI.
Threat analysis yellow. Beginning lethal force neutralization operation. Bug acquired. Resuming lethal force neutralization operation.
Did I get a twofer there? I think I did. Yes. That's how you bottle cap mine. Alright, let's see here. What do we got? Not going to use one, though. I use a laser rifle. I will sell them. Not feeling laser rifle on this character. I'll eventually... Maybe I'll change my tune. I'll switch to energy weapons a little later. But right now, I still feel like I'd be clinging to wanting to stay low-key. And lasers are going to draw some attention with all that light. Where were we doing? We're going to... Oh, I forgot to dump off the holotapes. Oh, that's because I don't have anywhere to store yet. I don't have a home yet. I don't have a... what would you call it? I don't have a settlement. That's not what we want. There we go. Read the Sentinel system log. Go to the propane station. Alright. And let's see. How about Maria's holotape? What does that say? It's a real bummer that they can't do voice acting in the Creation Club stuff, because it would have been really cool to get some more. Because it's funny, after 76, I think a lot of people had the same reaction I did, which is that there were just too many voiced holotapes, but in Fallout 4 there's very few, and so finding them here feels really cool. I am not going to read holotapes on camera. I'm just going to zap them real quick, and then you guys can pause and read them if you like. But let's see. Let's mark that quest on our map. Where is that taking us? So it's too far. Yeah, that's too far off the beaten course. We'll look into that another day. We will go investigate this Captain Cosmos one, though, because that one might not require us to romp all over the place. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Oh, right over there. Let's go. Let's go check it out. This is my favorite part of a fresh character, when you don't really know what you're doing yet, as far as your character's mission or anything, or what you want to pursue, is that you just kind of just wander around and explore and see what pulls you in for a moment. It feels real good. Also, it's really bad for video editors, so big apologies, Luke. Oh, that came up. I just got it. Was it a little too slow there on the uptake? Captain Coots, we might have a bug here. Unless there's something else I'm supposed to grab. Let's see here. Find the Slocum's Joe delivery. Okay, no, maybe not. Maybe it's just, oh, that might actually be a really cool way to do it, is if it's telling you that whenever you find one of those, it tells you to go find the main one. That would be very clever. And then Coots is better than me. Let's see here. Do we want to fry some donuts? Not really, but I don't really want to sit here and make donuts. This is ridiculous. Unimmersive. Get out of here. It's too soon. Too soon to be donut making. We'll sell all that stuff, though, for now. Here's our delivery. What's this? Captain Cosmo's toy box. What is that? Cool. What is it, though? It's just nothing? Do I just scrap it? Oh, it's got quite the value to it. For its weight, its value per weight, 50. I don't know what this is, though. Is it just... Because we can't scrap it. What the heck? All right, well, we'll hang on to it for now. I got plenty of space for some 0.1 weight things. What else did I pick up there? Delivery locations. Oh, here we go. Hubris TV Studios. Okay, let's check. Where is this guy at? Is this another one way off the path? Oh, we're not doing Slocum's show right now. Where is... Oh, yeah, I forgot I can do this. Show on map. That is way out of the way. So get it out of here. In fact, we are... But we're right by our other destination. Awesome. So let's go investigate some Corvaga. Oh, I think there's raiders right over here. Whoa.
Someone's out there.
Uh-oh. Who's coming at me?
I'm just getting started.
Me too. Oh, are you kidding me? Ooh, nice head explosion. What do you got for me? Oh, an N99.
How much you got left in you?
Oh, I forgot I got some leather armor I can equip. Great time to do it, right in the middle of combat, of course. Drop that. Let's see here. Let's check this guy out. Oh, oh. Don't think it's going to be better than our boosted little legendary, but I do want to equip it just to look at it. Maybe we'll kill a couple guys with it. Oh, that looks pretty.
Keep your eyes open. Think this asshole's using the stealth boy.
You are incorrect, sir. Alright, we're going back to our other guy. Alright, honestly, I think one of my favorite things about new weapons is always to find out if they have sound files. Because that is satisfying to hear a good sounding weapon.
Should've just run.
Woo, headshot. Alright, since we're going heavy on the roleplay with this character, trying to justify his actions and everything, I think I stumble on, I see all these people threatening to kill me, and we bail on this plan. So if we go into Corvaga, we go on the next spot on our list. So we're gonna mark Diamond City as a place that seems a little more likely we should head to, and we're gonna make our way over there. Yeah, I think we'd be drawn. Our character being a military background, we're gonna definitely listen to that and see what's going on. Oh yeah, we absolutely go there. We're not going Brotherhood, but so far, our character absolutely answers a military call.
What the?
Appreciate ya. Thank you for the shells. Ooh, who are you? Whoop. Hello. Bye-bye.
Do this.
Oh, I'm terrible about reloading this thing. I thought for sure you were up here. Whoa! Get back here. There are an awful lot of broken Assaultron heads. I don't know. You know what? This is one of those things where we can learn about through the magic of Better Console F4SE. Let's see. It's under junk. Broken. I thought that's what it was. Is it under something else? Broken Assaultron head. Where are you? There we go. Oh, broken Assaultron hand. Okay, let's drop you. And we bring up the console. We click on it. Comes from Rocket Punch. Oh, so I must be able to use it as ammo. Okay. Now that thing seems to inject way too much. I'm probably going to have to axe that mod. I never even got to try it out, so I'm not particularly excited about it. It seemed like it would be pretty hilarious, but the amount of stuff I see from it is a little excessive, which has become something of a pet peeve, like when something over-injects and then it gets over-represented and it makes my loot feel weird. That's why whatever mod it was that added the fire axe got the axe in my playthrough, is because I was seeing that thing way too much. Uh-oh. Who's on to me? Oh, good lord. Not again with the reloading. Oof. Did not expect to encounter a rad scorpion this early game. Uh-oh. Bubba, shoot better. I would love to make a change to Bubba Shot the Jukebox mod. I'm going to add this to my list for personal tweaks. Would love if they were one shot. Because I think it's a fun mechanic to shoot the radios, but I don't want to have to bullet spam them. Oh, we hear the fighting. Must be Dance and company over here. Oh, and we triggered some more CC stuff. Well, let's get in there.
Outstanding. Civilian in the perimeter. Check your fire. Godless heathens!
Don't have time for all that reloading. Oops, sorry, Dance. Oh, there it goes. And there's where we start looking for a new mod.
Not getting past me. For the Brotherhood!
Oh, got you in the leg. There we go. Sorry about those hip shots.
We appreciate the assistance, civilian. But what's your business here?
I'm just trying to survive out here, like everyone else.
The way you charged in and engaged those ferals, I find that a bit difficult to believe. Are you from a local settlement?
Oh, I'm high charisma. I can pass all these checks.
Do all these questions really matter? After all, I helped you fight those ferals.
You make a fair point. If I appear suspicious, it's because our mission here has been difficult. Since the moment we arrived in the Commonwealth, we've been constantly under fire. If you want to continue pitching in, we could use an extra gun on our side.
I'm like just drawn automatically anytime I see something of a different color. I want to hit it now. Speaking of high charisma, I grabbed Wasteland Whisperer as one of my perks so that we can start using Beastmaster and get ourselves an animal companion at some point here.
I want to help, but I don't like the secrecy. Who are you, really?
Very well. I'm Paladin Dance, Brotherhood of Steel. Over there is Scribe Halen and Knight Reese. We're on recon duty, but I'm down a man and our supplies are running low. I've been trying to send a distress call to my superiors, but the signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may.
Proceed, Halen.
I've modified the radio tower on the roof of the police station, but I'm afraid it just isn't enough. What we need is something that will boost the signal.
Our target is ArcJet Systems, and it contains the technology we need. The deep-range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. So what do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
Who are the Brotherhood
I missed
of
my
Steel?
opportunity to get that
seeks to
hire
understand
me.
the nature of technology, its power, its meaning to us as humans, and we fight to secure that power from those who would abuse it.
How did mankind abuse technology?
Before the Great War, science and technology became more of a burden than a benefit. The atom bomb, bioengineered plagues, and FEV are clear examples of the horrors that technological advancement had wrought. We're here to make sure that never happens again.
Your cause seems noble.
I'm pleased that you agree. There are very few, outside the Brotherhood, who appreciate the gravity of the situation we're facing as a species. So, what do you say? Will you help us?
I would like some money, please. Is that an option again? Can I get that option, please?
No time to waste. Let's get moving.
Outstanding.
All right, I guess we're gonna stop and help the Brotherhood for a moment. We're not gonna advance it enough to trigger their arrival or anything, but I like this. I like where this is going so far. Oh, I almost forgot to loot up here. Oh, what do we got here? Well, that looks pretty. Oh man, yeah. I think we might have to while we're traveling with the Brotherhood. I guess we can play a little When in Rome. Pew pew. Yeah, that feels good. We're gonna play with this for a little while, just because it's sweet and I've never played with it before. Oh, so much good loot in. Ooh, what is this? Did we just find the bow? Oh, and some military. Oh my God, what are we? I don't even know what to do anymore. I've got so many options. Oh, what is this? Arrow type select. Oh my God. Arrow tracking storm, arrow storm. What is arrow nuclear? What is happening here? Well, let's try it. What happens if I do arrow nuclear? You don't have this type of arrow. Okay. Is it every time I equip it asks me? I guess I gotta pick up some arrows. Do I have any? Okay, exit menu. Oh, looks like there are some. Let's see, explosive arrow. Cool. Incendiary arrow. Okay, let's figure out this arrow situation here. Let's equip, unequip. I think I had, well, I know I have the explosive and incendiary, but I had a regular kind of thing too. Was it Broadhead's point? Yeah, I got 10 of these. Oh, I've never used this yet. I've seen Juicehead using his videos and looks pretty sweet. Let's see if we can recollect these. Oh yes, this feels like a perfect weapon for our for when we're stealthing around. This is our nature character, nice and silent. That is why I installed it. I thought I might like it. I had no idea where they were. I didn't want to look that up. I thought it'd be fun to be surprised at where they pop up. I didn't even know if these were level list injected. Usually, I only want weapon mods that are level list injected, but the exception I'll make is if there's just like 1 or 2 models placed in the world. I think that's also pretty cool. I just don't want to have to craft the weapons. That always just takes away the exploration part of the game for me. Cool. Well, this feels awesome. So we got all sorts of toys to play with. We're not ready to talk yet. I want to talk to your little cohorts like this dingus.
Why are you standing around here like there's nothing to do? Paladin Dance is waiting for you. Hey, dropping muties and ferals is my specialty. And synths? Hell, they're just extra target practice for me. Been stuck out here too damn long.
That would have been a good opportunity for me to ask, what's a synth?
Sorry about the other guys.
Why are you cutting me so much slack?
I joined the Brotherhood not too long ago. I used to be like you. Wandering alone. So I know what it feels like when every single person you bump into sticks a gun in your face. Look, it may not seem like it, but Dance is a good man. He's just all soldier. Protocol is his bread and butter. And Reese? Well, let's just say he's as hard-headed as a Mr. Gutsy. But you know what? I trust both of them with my life. Because they're good people. And that's hard to come by nowadays.
Fair enough. Okay, so I forgot I got that military fatigue. Let's see how that looks, because I think this piece of this Under Armour jumpsuit is way overpowered, having that baseline damage resistance and everything, because I've never seen regular clothing have anything quite like that. So we're going to switch to military fatigues, take a look at it. I think I might like the camo better, even though... Try not to do mid-maxing. That's just... That always feels lame. That one's got some serious clipping. Let's see. Does military fatigues also have the same clipping going on? No, wait, it's a lot better. Yeah, I'm going to stick with this. This looks better with all the armor. Even though I'm not playing in third person. Wait, what happened to my... Why did my, wait, what was going on there? How did this thing boost my endurance? That has to do with your, or is it just the weight of the things? Why, what in the heck is going on here? How did my, this thing maybe has, oh, I bet it's got deep pocketed on there and it's not showing up. That would make sense. All right, well, we can just dump all this Slocum Joe's stuff. We don't actually care about it. Oh, I guess the deep pocketed added more than I expected. All right, well, we might have to go find ourselves an armor spot and swap that stuff out and put it on something else. Endorsement time! That's right, it's back, and we've got lots and lots of mods that are just installed, so plenty of stuff to endorse here. I don't know how many I'm going to do right off the bat. I'm 100% endorsing this Borealis stuff and everything that that mod recommended to me, because I am loving that part. Even though the frame rate tanks super hard, I don't care. I'm really, really enjoying it. So let's toss out, oops, ooh, I got to watch out for those ones disappearing. Borealis. Let's see what other mods are part of that. Boston Natural Surroundings. Let's see here. And then I thought there was another one. There's Mystic Pines is the other one. Yeah, Mystic Pines. I love all the smoke and stuff it's adding in. And then I don't know that I've seen a lot of the other stuff yet. We're still very early on. I would love to give some endorsements to these settlements, but we should probably go poke our heads into first and see what they're looking like. I haven't had a chance to check out Diamond City story yet, though maybe we'll do that now since we're gonna be there probably for the next episode. Let's see, and I don't believe I've seen any of this other stuff, so just giving those out feels good. But don't forget to endorse your favorite mods in Vortex. It's incredibly easy. Just click this little thumbs up over here and you can sort by undecided. So if you really love a mod, go ahead and, like, I'm about to go to Borealis, right click it, go to open on Nexus Mods, and you can leave comments there so that those mod authors keep supporting and making more cool stuff for us. Oh, it feels good to be back here. So we didn't talk about what we were going to do about this, I don't think, in the intro video for this season, but I am going to continue working on what I was with the settlement, and the episodes will be kind of split. You'll get a chunk of the advancement of my character, whatever character that happens to be, and then whatever settlement we're working on, because it's always going to be a different load order. This is the minimized load order. All it is basically are my settlement mods. So that's just things like Workshop Framework, Workshop Plus, longer power lines, and then just boatloads of sim settlements, add-ons. And what we're going to do here now is we're on to regression. So this is our full design. This is what we're going to turn into a city plan. Now, I did find there was one thing I just could not figure out.
And nothing to fear.
Thank you. There was one thing I could, and if you, by the way, if you hate those, there's an option in the Sim Settlements audio settings called Barks that you can turn that off. I happen to like it, so I'm going to let it play and annoy me here because it only annoys me while I'm trying to record. But this bridge, all the work I did on that I tried to link the ref from that one mod we had from Evil Viking, his bridge design. It didn't get caught by Transfer Settlements. I am not sure why, but it took me so long to get this importing correctly, because if you follow along with all the videos, or if you remember the patch notes, there was a problem with Sim Settlements and Transfer Settlements. I had to keep redoing it a bunch of times while I was troubleshooting the software, and it turned out that Transfer Settlements wasn't recording a piece of information correctly. And now that I've got this working, we've got our full design. The only thing missing is that bridge. I'm just going to say to heck with it. We're going to lose out on that little bit. That's a bummer, but the amount of the hours it takes to do these import exports and then wait for all of these plots to come back up, just don't have it in me to do it again. So unfortunately, we're losing that. But fortunately, any of you guys who decide to use this city plan, I will have that mod linked. You can use it. I'm fairly certain it's available on PC and Xbox, and then you just get access to that bridge to go alongside this design. So I think what we've talked about so far is that this is going to melt most systems. There's just so many plots here. There are, I think, 99 plots in this design, and so we have got to trim it way down. Another thing I've got to do is I got to get a bunch of settlers back in here so I can pay attention to the meters and make sure that each of our levels is feasible and that will actually be useful to all of you guys. So things like the water and the power are off because the settlers aren't working any of the advanced industrial buildings. So that's going to be the next thing I do here is I'm going to add a bunch of settlers. I'm going to get all of that set up. Going to be really boring for you guys to watch. So this is really just going to be a quick, just letting you know section of where we're at with Sanctuary. It is coming. We're going to get back to it. And I mentioned in the last video what we're going to probably do. We're probably going to just tear down a bunch of the advanced industrial and then go from there and see where we end up. But basically what I'm going to end up doing is this is going to be considered our complex
level 3. So this is going to be available to you guys when we get to City Plan release, but it'll be a separate download for those of you guys who have beastie systems and can handle this. But like Xbox players are never going to be able to use this particular design as it stands right now. In fact, I don't even know if Xbox will be able to handle the design I end up releasing, because I also don't think I can pare this down to the 15 or so settlers that an Xbox can handle. But if we get requests for it, if there's somebody out there on Xbox who really wants to use it, I'll happily release it. It doesn't take much time to get these released as we get them all finished up. So my focus here is going to be to first get a level 3 that I think most people can handle. So I think with Sanctuary, it happens to be in one of the most well-designed areas in the game, as far as there's so much line of sight blockage with all these mountains, and there's great LOD. There's nothing nearby. As long as anybody is not using Red Rocket or Abernethy city plans as well alongside this, you can go pretty hardcore in Sanctuary. Even on my Xbox, I have a pretty insane build there. In fact, I've built just to test it, I've built the complex Rise of the Commonwealth city plan on my Xbox, and it runs. It definitely can crash if you start sprinting around, but it runs, and that's with the 26 settlers that it supports. So I'm thinking that I'm going to try and cut this in half. I'm going to try and pare it down to 25 settlers, and we'll take out whatever we need to do that. So we'll start with the advanced industrial and probably any of the interior plots that are still floating around. Like, I think I have a lot of interior residential under these roof ports that I built in, so those will be where I start, and then we'll see where we're at with all our resources and rebalance. So that's probably what we're going to do next episode. But in this, for my time available tonight to work on this, I'm going to be getting all of my settlers resituated, make sure I know where the numbers are so that I can do all of this correctly, because I don't want to have to do it multiple times. But that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to keep working on Sanctuary in the settlement portions of each of the episodes, even in the Children of Adam season. And as soon as we get this regression done, and I want to show you guys as much of it as possible, it might be things like I'll just run around and scrap and record all that, and then we'll use some magical editing to reduce it down to a little time lapse, so you don't have to sit there watching it. And we'll get it so you guys can see. Once I've got this pared down to where I think a level 3 is ready, and we're actually ready to do level regression from a decoration standpoint, I'll probably walk you through what I'm going to do. And then you guys will get an idea of how you could regress your own settlements if you want to start doing city plans. Because I think there are tons of you out there who are fantastic builders who haven't taken the step into city plan creation, which I can tell that due to the number of people participating in our city plan contest. And I'd love to see more of you guys joining in, and hopefully if you watch me do a regression, you'll see that it's not that big a deal. And I think we can actually knock out the regression in a couple of episodes. It doesn't take that long. As far as it doesn't take long to plan it all out. Obviously, with a place this big, it's going to take a little time just because I have to remember to hit all the things I want to knock out. But the actual thinking through it and figuring out what we want to do doesn't take long. So I think with the combination of time lapses and like a little bit of me yammering, we can get through this pretty quickly. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys, and we'll come back next week and we'll start some regression.